Kawaguchi and his interpreter, Andrew. Please welcome, making his feature film debut, my goodness, Kevin O'Leary, everybody. I love LA, and I love this actor. I love the movie Pools that I saw her do earlier this year. Please welcome Odessa Azion. And I am very excited to welcome to the front of this theater an actor I have been watching her movies for a long time. I'm not going to say how many years, but it's been a long time. And she is back, baby. Please welcome Gwyneth Paltrow. Have a seat. I mean, look, and I guess the first question I'm going to start with you, Gwyneth, is like, what made you go, I got to do this movie? I got to work with Josh Safdie.
Well, you know, to be totally honest, it was just one of those things where it was a confluence of events. I had taken quite a bit of a break from acting, and I was an empty nester and sort of contemplating my purpose in life. And then Josh, you know, he happened to call, and I just got tempted back, and I'm so glad that I did, because it was such an extraordinary experience.
It's an extraordinary movie as an experience, isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, so, Odessa, you know, I don't know if you heard me intro you. I've just been loving your show. I love LA.
Oh my God,
and
thank you.
Pools. I loved Pools.
Crazy.
But tell me about the first conversations you had with Josh. How did you get this role?
Okay, so, I mean, do we have any actors in here? Okay, we got a lot, so y'all know what's going on. So it was Jennifer Vendetti. I credit her for everything, because she remembered me from an audition that I did for Euphoria years ago. And I guess, I didn't know that she was trying to find something that was right for me, and then this came along, and Josh asked her what she thought, and she told him about me. We did a meeting, and then I found out that after the meeting it wasn't going to go my way, so I just forgot about it. And then it came back around. I was able to do a self-tape, which I feel like is always like, why would you not want to show if you can or can't do it? And luckily, he thought I could, and did an interview portion, a self-tape, and an improv portion of the self-tape as well. And now we're here, and then we made the thing. But it was crazy. It was a crazy audition process. It was so fun, though.
Kevin O'Leary. I mean, can we give it up for Kevin O'Leary? You know, before I saw a frame, like before I even saw the trailer, when I saw that you were in this movie, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, what kind of role is he going to play? And I mean, you're excellent in this film. I mean, like, what informed? Yes, what informed your approach, and what were the unique challenges for you? You know, making your feature film debut in a movie like Marty Supreme.
Yeah, I've never done scripted before, and I have a thesis in life that if you want to keep it interesting, you should spend some portion of your day outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And so I got a call from, I think it was from Josh, and he said, look, we're looking for a real asshole in this country. I don't know if, we watch you on Shark Tank, and Ronnie and I wrote this thing, and we kind of see that Shark Tank guy as Milton Rockwell. And I said, well, I don't know how to act, and I've never done scripted, I've never read a script in terms of memorizing it. He said, forget all that shit, just be yourself. And so they flew up to my lake house, and we read the thing with Eli Bush, the producer. And I was reading it and getting into it, and I started to say, well, if I really was Milton Rockwell in '52 and I was the richest man in America, I wouldn't say this, I'd say that. And so they were kind of flexible in crafting it together, and they rewrote some parts of it. And but I have to say though, you know, never having done it, it was great to work with, you know, Gwyneth and I mean, it made it real easy to kind of walk in there dressed in 52, everything's 52, everything's made up in 52. You close your eyes and you're in 1952. That's it, that's what happened, that's really what happened. I thought, okay, I'm a rich guy at 52, I know how to do that. That's basically what happened.
Koto, I gotta ask, first of all, Koto Kawaguchi, everybody. Your scenes with Timothee Chalamet, those table tennis matches are, I've never seen table tennis matches like this before. What was it like for you to work with Timothee Chalamet, to work with Josh Safdie?
そういう卓球の試合中のシーンを見るのは、そのようなシーンを見るのはやっぱり初めてっていうなんかことでしたんですけれども、その準備、ティモシーさんとの練習とかはどのような経験でしたでしょうか。マイクで。今回初めて、俳優としてやらせてもらったというのはすごくいい経験になりましたし、今回映像を見てすごく最高だなというふうに思いました。
So this was my first time ever doing any sort of performance like this at all, and so the practice, of course, was an incredible experience, but today was my first time watching it on the big screen, and so it was equally as exciting experience for me.
Did you like the movie?
映画は好きだったんですか？映画はどうだった？好きだったんですか？映画、好きだったんですか？
I love you.
I have to ask, I mean, you all are working with a director who has his own vision, and you are working with an actor who definitely is just one of our very best. And I just would love to hear, for you, especially Gwyneth, I mean, to get, I mean, not, I love the Marvel movies. I love those movies. So yeah, I've seen them all. You're working, but this is like unlike anything you've ever done with a director, unlike any you've ever worked with. So what was it like to really like get back to this kind of a performance?
It was extraordinarily scary. The first day, I sort of went through the process of like, you know, really in the weeks leading up to this, like, do I still remember how to do anything that's not Pepper Potts? And then I just loved the challenge of it so much, and I really threw myself into it, and I think I felt very safe on the set with Josh. He's such a real auteur. He knows exactly what he's going for, and that's always where I felt the most safe. You know, it's like I've been so lucky to work with directors like Josh and Wes Anderson, Paul Thomas Anderson, Fincher, and Anthony Minghella. And they're all the same in that they have this hyper specificity. They know exactly what they want. They know exactly what they want you to wear, and then you sort of feel safe within the context of their vision. And I very much felt that way. I felt free to, re-explore this craft, and to work with Timothee was just great. I mean, we all have these incredible scenes with him, and we're his support, and I think we all feel blessed to work with somebody who's that dedicated and talented, and always, I think, challenging himself to improve in like these step functions. I mean, I think in this movie he's just extraordinary.
He really is extraordinary. And I remember this past year, last February, when he won his SAG award, actor award for A Complete Unknown. He said, I really just want to be the best I can. And then this comes out, and it's like, oh, that was fast.
Casual.
But Odessa, I would love to hear, your first talks with Timothee. How did that sort of like bring out an even greater level of commitment for you in your performance?
I think we were both kind of on the same page of wanting it to feel as natural as possible, and we're both not super big on rehearsing. If we want to run the lines, he'll be there. If I want to run lines, I'll be there if he wants to run lines. But it was really nice to have someone that had the same idea of how to approach a scene like that, and especially a crazy scene. And also, he's so great, and his improv is amazing, so we were able to play so much. I'm sure you guys all did too, because, you know, it's scripted, but they want it to sound as real as possible, so you could go off as much as you need to, as much as appropriate.
Did Josh encourage that kind of going off, like experimentation, like let's see what we kind of can get, Kevin? I mean, did you feel like you got that direction?
Let me tell you how those two dudes work together. You know, Josh and Ronnie, they wrote this script together. So, and I read this. What got me into this is the story about this is kind of crazy. He sent me the script in a PDF. I took it into town, in the little town we have our lake house at. I printed 2 big copies of it, like telephone books, and I didn't read it the first day. I left them on the bar. We had a big dinner party. One of the guests got up at 5 in the morning. I don't know why. And he saw the script there. His name is Gene McBurney.
And you started reading it?
And he read the whole thing.
Oh my God!
When I got up at 10 o'clock and I had a hangover because we'd had a hell of a night before, he said to me, "Kevin, have you read this? This is fucking crazy." He was like flipping through the pages. He said, "You're Milton Rockwell. You're the guy. Like, this is a fucked up, whoever wrote this is very fucked up." And so that was how I got introduced to it before I even read it. Then I sat down and read it that afternoon and said, "Wow, this is good." The next day those guys showed up and we started the whole thing. But here's what's interesting about how they work, because they wrote it together, they know where they wanted to go with it. And so Ronnie's in the production tent, Josh is directing it, but he has an IFB in his ear. And so they're talking to each other and they're watching the takes. And, you know, for me, it was the first time I've ever done it, and I'm not used to being told what to do. So, but a film set is not a democracy. Because after like doing 10 or 12 takes, I'd say to Josh, "I think I got it. I was really great there." And he said, "No, you don't got it till I say you've got it." And really what's going on there is Ronnie doesn't see the cut because he's going to edit it. So he doesn't, they don't stop until they got it. But when I looked at that, and by the way, it's the first time I've seen the whole thing, because I only saw my cuts when I did the voiceovers on. Half of that's improvised. Like, we did so many takes off script, and then he said, I heard something. Do it again. Do it again. That scene with Gwyneth, we were having dinner, and I walked over to meet him for the first time. That's half shit that's not in the script. We just improvised it. So those guys cut script with improv to get the best of the best. And by the way, that's exhausting watching that. Like that's one crazy motherfucking movie.
How much of that, I guess, was it like that for you? Or it was like scripted and improv?
It was exactly that. It was just scripted and improv. I mean, and for me, in my opinion, that's my favorite and the best way to do it, because you could have like the most incredible script in front of you and incredible dialogue, and for some reason, maybe one of the sentences or a paragraph it doesn't come out of your mouth right. It doesn't sound right on you. So to have the option and the ability and freedom to be able to make it your own while still using that as a guideline is like incredible. I don't know why everybody don't do that. It's the best to be able to do that.
Because that's something that you have been able to do a lot in the past, like really lean into the improv, or do you feel like you really got to do that more with this film than your previous movies?
I think it depends on the film. I mean, certain films, of course, I don't know, like something like Shakespeare in Love, you're not gonna like improv Elizabethan, you know, like I wouldn't know how to do that. But you know, like when I think back to the first Iron Man film, I mean, Robert and I improvise that whole entire thing pretty much. So I think it just depends on the job. And this one, yeah, there was a bit of freedom, but I think I feel like I sort of stuck to it more than you guys.
Well, that was the amazing thing about the script was like, if you didn't want to do improv, you didn't have to because it was such an incredible script. Like they really gave us the craziest tools. And also they really were, he was editing as he was going. Like, as
They're both
we
very
takes.
sick puppies.
Oh yeah, sick puppies.
Koto, what did you learn from Timothee Chalamet about acting? Like, what really stayed with you after you were done making the movie?
ティモシーさんと一緒に、仕事してて、演技に関してはティモシーさんから何か勉強になりましたでしょうか？
はい、撮影が始まるとぐっと雰囲気が変わって僕も頑張らなきゃいけないなというふうにすごく感じました。
So he noticed that, or I noticed that when the camera started rolling or when action was called, he saw Timothee change in his character, and he had never seen anyone do that in front of him live before. So he was inspired by that and thought that maybe he should also, take some notes from that and try it out for himself.
あとはアドリブがすごく多くて本当に怒っているのか僕自分も見てえっていう方が
ゴミ箱投げたりとかもありましたね。Yeah, so he was, with regards to improvisation, sometimes he couldn't really tell if Timothee was really angry with him or not, or if he was yelling, for example. When he throws the trash can, I remember that was an improvised action, I believe. So it took him a few days on set, I think, for him to get used to. But ultimately, それからちょっと印象を受けて勉強になりましたってことですね。Yes, but that was an inspiration and taught him a lot about acting.
Kevin, what was like, because this is your first feature, how do you remember your lines?
I'm dyslexic, so I can't remember anything. So I read the script a few times, and I'm not sure I ever memorized the lines. I'm not kidding. I just read it so many times that I knew where everybody was all the time. And then what I think happens, I didn't really think I was acting. I was just kind of remembering, okay, this scene is where I say this, or when Gwyneth shows up late, obviously I'm going to say, where the fuck are you? That was, it's just normal. I never felt I was acting. It just came, and I can't say enough about the importance of the set design when you immerse people into a scene where everything is perfect, and you're just there, and you close your eyes and boom, I don't know, it just happens. So I'm probably not, I don't think I memorized anything. I hate to say that.
Well, it could have fooled us, So I just feel like watching certain scenes in this movie, there's some scenes where actors are talking, overlapping dialogue. It's like Robert Altman on steroids. And you're in the very first scene of this movie. So I'm just wondering, how making a film like this, where you do have someone like Josh calling the shots and encouraging, improv or what have you, experimentation. How did that push you as an actor compared to your previous work?
That's for me, and working like this is the goal. And I had just come from filming Until Dawn, I was filming it in Budapest, and it was a horror movie, and it very much so had to be scripted, and we had to stick to the script and super specific. She liked the movie. And you had to be so specific with everything that you did in blocking, because if you're gonna explode on this beat, you gotta say the thing so the guy knows to hit the button. You know what I mean? But it was nice coming from that, and then having the freedom to have the improv, and it was kind of weird to go back into it from not really being able to do it. I remember the first scene that we shot was the scene with Emery Cohen, Timothee, and I in the back room. That was my first scene that I shot. I think. And no, that was my first international. And I walk in, I'm like, everybody's walking around. There's people outside. It's 1952. And I'm like, are we gonna block it? And I asked Josh, and he's holding the monitor, and he stops. He's like, no, we don't block here, and keeps walking. I was like, oh my god! But it was amazing to be able to go and be in that world, and it's just like the freedom. Every actor wants the ability to have freedom. I
Actor's dream to have those kind of circumstances. So I'm curious. So when you're preparing for your scenes for the next day, and you're remembering your lines, you're thinking about your approach to the performance, and then you get to the set with the production design, with your cinematography, the choreography of it all. How did that bring out something in your performance that surprised even you?
Wow. It's funny, you know, it's like such a mystery how things like this all come together, you know, and how a performance comes together, and the group, like the organism that you all form together to make something like this. And it's always so specific, and it's always so surprising. I think this one was really special because, you know, frankly, sometimes you're on set and you're like, you know, week 2, and you're like, I think this is a bomb. Like, I think this is really bad. And, you know, of course, you do the best you can and you finish your work. But on this movie, it was like, oh, I think we're making something pretty special. Like, you could feel it. I think, couldn't you guys feel it? And so I felt very surprised and invigorated every day by, like, the group organism that was this film. And I, you know, I was thrilled that I had said yes and stepped out of my comfort zone to do it. And
thank God you did.
Yes, absolutely, right? There's the stepping outside your comfort zone. So you saw this movie for the first time, complete tonight. You saw this movie for the first time tonight. And, you know, when you're making a film, especially one that's like a little out there, you don't know how it's going to turn out. So what was it like for you the first time you saw the movie complete?
I saw it alone. Josh showed it to me in this screening room of his off editing suite. Is that where you saw it too? And so I went in by myself, and he just handed me the volume button, which was like this giant knob. And he had it set really loud, so I'm glad he left me the volume button because I turned it down. And I sat there by myself and watched it, and just you know, it's quite unrelaxing, I guess, you know, as a movie, but it's so engaging and amazing. And I felt like I didn't take a breath until the end when Timothee sees his child and sobs, and you know, I cried right along with him and was so thrilled.
What about for you when you saw it for the first time?
I think I left very dehydrated because I sweat out everything from my body. I mean, it was a heart attack movie. I'm sitting there like it was crazy. I mean, what the fuck? It was crazy. It felt the same as when I read the script the first time. I read the script and I'm like, wait, how did they think that they're gonna do this and this? And every time you turn a page, you think, okay, well, how are they gonna get out of this situation? Or where is this gonna go? Where could this possibly go that would even make sense and be realistic? Where you feel like you're watching the movie and it could still be something that actually happens to someone. But they fucking did it, and they made it every single page turn. I was so shocked and excited, and it was also amazing. I'm talking about reading it, but to read because the music cues were written in, so we could read it with the music playing, which was amazing. So you could really visualize it, and then watching it, it was exactly what I thought that it was going to be, but a million times better. I mean, can you believe we're a part of this? It's crazy. It's the most insane. I think I probably threw up everywhere. I blacked out.
How much fun did you have making this movie?
It was a lot of fun. It really was. You know, just to. The thing is, when you're making it, you don't see the whole of it. you always have the reference to the script, and I had a lot of arguments with Josh and Ronnie about the ending, because not that they give a shit what I think, but I never felt that Marty paid the price he should have, because and I'm the right character to say that, because he fucked me over. I kept saying to them, I would never allow this. I wouldn't allow this if this guy did this to me. He would have to suffer in perpetuity.
Well, you're a vampire, so you
Well,
can do
exactly,
that.
but I didn't get to finish him off. And then you get this redemption when he's crying in front of his baby. Bullshit! Like bullshit. I don't know why they did it, but it's wrong.
This is inspired casting, ladies. Koto, for you,
I agree.
how much fun did you have?
楽しかったですかって。もう全体的に撮影した人が初めて見たときは。
はい、すごく撮影は楽しかったですし、今回初めて映画を見たときに、日本の撮影、自分自身も撮影やっていて、ロンドンで負けたから悔しいから努力って最後日本の試合に勝つっていうのはスポーツ選手にとってすごくこう感じるものがあってもうすごくそこが一番いいシーンだったなと思います。
So he was present for the shooting of the London, the Wembley scenes, which we shot in New Jersey and New York, and then it was maybe 6 months later that we flew to Tokyo to shoot the final Tokyo rematch scenes. And so once he saw the shooting that was happening in Tokyo, he kind of made the connection of Marty losing in such a humiliating way, and having this long journey of redemption. And so for him as an athlete himself, who by the way is a bronze medalist at the Deaflympic table tennis world champion representing Japan, really very proud. When he made that connection, I think he said that he felt kind of a connection to Marty the character and that struggle as an athlete, and how what was really motivating him kind of made a little bit more sense. Yeah.
So last question. When filming Rat, when you were Rat, did you just look back on your experience making this movie and think that was fun?
Yes.
And watching this movie, did you all feel like that was fun? So two announcements. If we could please stay seated while our panelists exit, that would be very, very helpful. Also, this movie opens on Christmas Day. So how do you spread the word about a movie? You go on social media. So go on Facebook, go on TikTok, go on Instagram. If you're still using X, knock yourself out. Spread the word about Marty Supreme. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
all did a great job. Mr. O'Leary, you're so awesome. I have an invention for you.